sorry. Ain't mean to hurt your feelings. I see your tears.
Alright, welcome to another episode of the Burglar Report. I, of course, am your... Dancing with the Stars host. I was getting down a little bit there. It's a good fucking song. You gotta get in the mood when you get going. Hope everyone had a fantastic Christmas break. I know I did. Took some days off. A lot of slow news days. People aren't in the news. You gotta be with your family. That's exactly what I did. Didn't really go anywhere. Well, I kind of did. Made a trip to some in-laws. I pretty much stayed at home. Some family came over. It's pretty fucking sweet. But, yeah. Did a whole lot of that. A whole lot of catching up on sleep this weekend. I tell you what. It was fantastic. The problem with these late night videos is they're late night videos and I'm up late at night. Like I could be up at 4:30 in the morning for work, so just kind of a thing. In any case, good news is lockdown's over. We did it. we won, guys. Lockdown's fucking over. So we can all just go back to normal, and I think we're gonna be okay. We got through this. Thank goodness. Oh jeez, we were in for it. Yeah, okay, so that's probably a lie. In some degree. We'll get more into that. A few things, and I mean, people are definitely tired of the lockdown for sure. That's all over the news. A lot of new fantastic viral videos I recommend. Probably not going to show any of those today, but we'll talk about them. In any case, before I get started, like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. We get into some deep conversations sometimes. Some philosophical shit. A lot of funny shenanigans. It's a lot of fun. Also, follow me on BitChute. Been doing the BitChute thing. Get some good feedback, or actually the channel's growing faster than this one. YouTube. Huh. One whose fault that is. YouTube. Whatever, maybe I'm just not very popular. I'm just kidding. Go fuck. Alright, here we go. Alright, so. What's the biggest news so far? Where to start? Trump signed the stimulus package. Didn't want to do it. He actually wanted to up it to $2,000 a person. That would have been fucking sweet, because I would have got about 12 G's. Yes. You want to talk about jumpstarting the economy, and ain't going to fix people being 6 months behind in rent, but $2,000 a person might, you know, that would have did some damage. Granted, we would have paid for it later on, and also through inflation and other things, but you know what? I'm not for the mass printing of money, and I'm not for any of the stimulus, to be honest, but when you don't get to go to work, you kind of need some shit like this. Just like I'm not for Medicare for all, but when you don't get to go to work, and you lose your insurance or can't pay for medical care, you kind of need something. So, we get breadcrumbs on top of breadcrumbs. Fucking best thing that Pelosi and the Democrats and everyone could come up with was $600 a person. Of course, they were going to pass the $2,000 a person, but the GOP went and fucked it up for everybody. And, fuck them. Fuck McConnell. Fuck all those assholes. All of a sudden, they want to stand on principle. They're just there to counter the Democrats. They don't mean shit. They don't do shit. And never been shit. Reason why the Republican Party has been dead, and it's going to be even more dead when Trump's gone, because I'm a Trump supporter. Fuck the Republican Party. I'm independent. So I don't know what the hell they're going to do. You got this big runoff out of Georgia, and it's not looking so hot. And the day of the vote on the 6th, Trump's having a big fucking rally in D.C. to stop the steal, or whatever he's calling it, for at least support for counting electoral votes. So I don't know how the fuck you're going to vote in Georgia if you're going to be in D.C. Yes. So Mitch McConnell, shove it up your ass. Because the rest of the GOP, you know, they're just pretty much just shaking, or, you know, dusting their hands of Trump, or wiping their hands. I don't fucking know. They're done with Trump. They're kicking him to the curb. He's essentially has no power now. He's talking about whatever, I'll sign this. People need some money. And that's pretty shitty. Because he did everything for the party. Burley brought it back. And they're showing the true colors. Their establishment, just like the establishment of Democrats. It's all fucking horse shit. Everybody's awake to. Nobody gives a fuck. Conservative Party has become Trump supporter for the most part. GOP's dead. And I think they were the first, essentially, part of it to wake up. A lot of Democrats are waking up to the shenanigans. They're getting past all this race baiting stuff. The lockdowns are getting more intense, and people are waking up to being sick and tired of it. They already got tired of all the BLM stuff, which is great as a grassroots movement, but as a corporate takeover nonsense, the people didn't fucking... No. People saw right through that. Especially when you start burning down buildings and, small mom and pop stuff, stop shops. I don't know. It's all bad. So Trump's signs this $600 stimulus, so we're all going to get a nice check next week, hopefully. Well, scratch that. People that qualify. And I do believe a lot of people from the last round of stimulus didn't get money yet, so most of us, hopefully, we'll have enough to make up for Christmas spending, or still won't have enough to pay rent, and I don't know what they're going to do. There are talks of a second part of the stimulus, which kind of shitty is, again, for Trump, because, just kind of prove that this is all political. The whole point... Trump offered at least 1,200 person back in October. Pelosi didn't want to give it to him because she was playing politics. Meanwhile, people are fucking starving and can't pay their bills. And here we are, past the $600, nothing nonsense per person, which isn't really much. You talk about it was a $900 COVID stimulus bill, our $900 billion COVID relief package, with a nice $1.3 trillion omnibus spending package tucked quite neatly underneath that. Very so snugly. Tucked deep in that 5,500 pages of fucking nonsense, bloated spending that Trump didn't want. And he said to get rid of. But nobody got rid of it. GOP didn't sign off on his $2,000 person. And here we are. $600. Nobody's cut back into spending. But then again, you know what? This is a typical amount of spending we get every year. And if you actually look at the yearly bills, it just so happens that we got a nice COVID relief package to hand to the American people. A little Christmas bonus. Even though out of $900 billion, only $200 billion is going to direct payments, and the rest of it is who knows fucking elsewhere. If you look at the wording in the packaging, or in the 5,500 pages, the word masks is mentioned 0 times. Nurses and doctors mentioned like maybe 5 times. So how's this a COVID relief bill if we're not getting COVID relief? More political nonsense, but people are waking up to it. It's a beautiful thing. So, there's a bright side of if Biden does get in the office. It's just going to really kick people in the nuts, and they're going to realize how full of shit politics are. And here I am. Hopefully to guide you in that right direction, you know what I'm saying? Because lockdowns aren't going anywhere. And under Biden rule, and I do say rule because the left is openly authoritarian, the right is portrayed as the authoritarian fascist, but the left is clearly engaging in fascist authoritarian behavior. So, you do got to look at your own blind spots, but hey. So I'd imagine with Biden in office, lockdowns are increased. Lockdowns aren't going anywhere. Especially in California. Maybe, you live in one of those nice, magical Republican states where everyone's open and free and running around naked. I can only dream. I live in Southern California. Our governor cocksuck fucking Newsom's locking people down. His restaurants and wineries are open. People are declared non-essential. And that's total horseshit. Every person in this country, their jobs are essential for their livelihood. So to say there's workers that are non-essential workers, that's total horseshit. And that sucks. And people are brainwashed by it already. And you got, the medical establishment that are on like some kind of high horse, whatever. Granted, they're on the front lines doing whatever they're doing, which is mostly making TikTok videos. I'm like, hospitals, it's coming, it's all kinds of viral videos. Yeah, definitely hot spots, but hospitals aren't overrun. A lot of them are just at capacity, or your normal flu season capacity. And these PCR tests are coming out are just interesting. Look up, research how these PCR tests work, and the implications and past use of them. A lot of controversy behind them. So you're getting all these crazy positives. Death rates aren't going up. Overall deaths are not up in the United States. So I don't know what the hell is going on with these COVID numbers. So who knows? Clearly, I'm not denying the virus. But when the cure is worse than the virus itself, when we're starving potentially hundreds of millions worldwide because of our lockdowns. When people are at wit's end, and these are the viral videos you're seeing, people are fed up with it. A couple coming out of California, but like New Jersey, like some lady or some couple business owners, they said, "Fuck it, we're opening up. We're setting up a bar, we're cooking food, and you know what? Since we're fucking breaking the law, let's start gambling." This is gonna be crazy. We have some crazy, how they had in the prohibition area with speakeasies. We're just having speakeasies for restaurants. Holy shit! It's this 1984 fucking Twilight Zone nonsense. You're getting arrested for, come on. I don't know. Cases are bad out there. There's a lady that had her business shut down, or was considered non-essential. So she posts online what she's selling, essentially making to-go orders, and I forgot what state this was. And the police show up and try to arrest her. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand the thoughts of these police that are arresting people for just trying to provide and fucking engage in normal activity has always been normal up until the past 10 months. Crazy. And people are fed up with it. And it's time to just not go along to get along. You know what I'm saying? It's already been happening. That's what's going to end up happening. People are just saying, I can't do this. I can't starve to death. I cannot provide for my family. Just because I'm declared non-essential doesn't mean I'm not essential. It's just pure absurdity. And I don't know where we're going with this, but it ain't going to be good. You have this, big, I mentioned it before, earlier. You got a big protest on the 6th, protesting the alleged information of the election. I don't want to get into magic words, YouTube. I do believe it's called Stop the Steal, or I don't know what the president called it. He's been tweeting all about it, which is weird because a lot of news outlets aren't covering it. Apparently, a lot of the lefty news outlets. I was talking to a coworker today. He had no idea that there's a big protest scheduled on the 6th when they actually count the electoral votes out in D.C. Supposed to be a big thing. Some people are saying 10 million people are going to show up. That seems like a ridiculously high number. But if 1 or 2 million, that's going to be intense. That's a lot of people. And people are talking about tents and staking out, and I don't know how you can do that in the wintertime in D.C. It's probably going to be balls diggity cold, but I don't know. Whatever, that's the news for the day. Kind of a slow news day. Big stimulus package was a big one. We just talked about that. At least we'll get some money, and then hopefully there's a follow-up with more direct payments. I think I might have diverged off of that. They're talking about the House already approved a follow-up for direct payments to equal out that 2,000 people got all hyped up for. So, that's just more politics. Democrats or Republicans or whoever the fuck establishment didn't want to give Trump that win, so they pushed him aside, forced him to sign it. Now they want to push it through, so whatever. People need the money. I don't know what the hell we're going to do later, because we've already printed 35% of our money throughout history in this past 10 months. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. People are saying buy cryptocurrency. I'm going to buy some storable food and guns. Well, I've been buying guns. I'm buying storable food. That's something you can actually barter with or eat. I'm not going to be able to eat my bitcoins or my gold or silver or whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. Get prepared. It's going to get crazy. But just have a little faith. It's in God's hands. Either we have to fight a little harder, unless Trump takes power on the 6th and some kind of martial law things, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm not going to lie. Shit's getting crazy. You got to get excited. You got to take it with a grain of salt and don't take yourself too fucking seriously. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Follow, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not like this is an everyday thing, but it is what it is. I get caught up. Holiday season, baby. I get tired. I don't know. All right.